Hello students, in this lecture
Will be calculating potential and hence the electric field at a point when a sphere made of the dielectric is placed in uniform electric field.
now let us consider dielectric sphere kept in the uniform electric field. Now similar thing we have done in the previous chapter where a conductor is placed in the uniform electric field. And what happens to the electric field? Initially electric field is uniform. Uniform means electric field lines are parallel and equidistant. And when a sphere is kept inside, the field get distorted. At a far distance, the field remains same as before, that uniform. But there is a difference when a metallic sphere is kept in uniform electric field and dielectric sphere is kept in the uniform electric field. We have seen that when the metallic sphere, that means conducting sphere, a conductor is placed in the uniform electric field, then inside the conductor the electric field becomes 0. So field is there outside which is distorted. But when a dielectric sphere is kept in the uniform electric field, inside the field get reduced. It does not become 0, but field get reduced. And that is what is shown here. This is a dielectric sphere. Electric field lines originally they were parallel to each other, equidistant. Then this uh, when the dielectric sphere is kept, just like when the conducting sphere is kept, the electric field get distorted close by, and far away it remains uniform, but inside it get uh, reduced. So here that's why inside number of lines shown are lesser. So whatever the negative charges are there will come on one side, that is in direction opposite action electric field, and it makes the other side positive, and field lines terminate perpendicular on the negative charge and originate perpendicular from the positive charge. So this type of distortion takes place. So inside the field get reduced, that's why less field lines are there. Then as far as the electric displacement is considered, then inside it the field becomes stronger, that electric displacement become stronger. That is altogether electric displacement is different from the electric field. So this is the diagram. Now here for a dielectric trapped in the uniform electric field, will go along the same line as we have found when the conductor is kept in the uniform electric field. So we will be using a zonal harmonic, and I have written that potential in the zonal harmonic here. So I will not describe it further, but it is here. So this A0 plus A1 r cos theta plus only two terms we are writing. Higher terms we are not writing because they will become 0. And for this, the second type of solution C0 r raised to minus 1 plus C1 r raised to minus 2 cos theta, and higher term I have not written because they are going to become 0. Then we take a dielectric sphere of radius A, and initially let us say that electric field is uniform is vector E naught, and let us say that it is in the along the direction of the z axis. Then you keep this dielectric sphere of radius A inside that uniform electric field, and as we have seen in the previous slide, that field get distorted. Now let us assume that this dielectric is linear. Linear means physical quantities are proportional. Then isotropic. Isotropic means all the physical quantities, all different physical quantities have the same direction. They are different physical quantities, but direction is same. The magnitude will be different, and they are proportional to each other, and homogeneous. So everywhere it is made of the same type of the dielectric material, and the dielectric constant is K. Then we take that it has no charges, so it is ideal dielectric. Then the origin of the coordinate system, see we are choosing the coordinate system, origin at the center of the sphere and direction of electric field along the z axis. Now let us consider this expression for the potential in the zonal harmonic with the two lowest order term, because other higher terms will become 0. We will not go into detail of that. Then see there is a sphere, so there a dielectric is there, but outside sphere a dielectric is not there. So it is a vacuum. So inside there is a dielectric. So inside that spherical region of the radius A, it is a dielectric medium. Outside it is a vacuum. So we have to write two expressions for the potential. One outside the sphere and other inside the sphere. So outside the sphere and inside the sphere. So outside the sphere means in the vacuum region. Inside the sphere, that means it is a dielectric region. So we write here phi 1 A1 r cos theta. See we are choosing only these two terms. One A1 r cos theta and other C1 r raised to minus 2 cos theta. Then similar for dielectric phi 2, we take only this second and this term, but only here constants we write different. So here A1, here A2, here C1, it is C2. So other terms they are not taken because they are 0. Then here we will see first why we have neglected this C0 r raised to minus 1, why we have not taken into account. Because see r raised to minus 1 means 1 by r. It is not considered because what happened is the potential is inversely proportional to the r for the point charge. But on the sphere we have taken for granted that there are no charges. So that's why this term is 0. That means C0 is 0. So this term is not there. Then this constants, this A0 is taken 0 because it is required in the both the equation, because at a boundary it should have the same value. So that's why this A0 is taken to be 0. For a distance far away from the sphere, electric field will be uniform, and as we have done in case of the conducting sphere in the uniform electric field in the previous chapter, in same way we get here phi 1 is tends to minus E0 r cos theta. So phi 1 is this potential outside the dielectric in the vacuum. So here A1 equal to minus E0. Then unless C2 equal to 0, see C2 r raised to minus 2 is there. C2 equal to 0. Now here so now inside the sphere, inside the dielectric, inside the sphere, see inside the sphere means at the center r equal to 0. So if r is 0, then divided by 0, that means it will become infinity. So C2 has to be 0, because if C2 is not 0, this term is there, that means r has some this exists at r equal to some value, but inside the sphere the r equal to 0 means 1 by r raised to 2, that is 1 by 0, that is equal to infinity. So that's why C2 is taken 0, and therefore what happens is this phi 1 will become, this A1 is minus E0, then r cos theta is there, plus C1 r raised to minus 2 cos theta, and phi 2 is A2 r cos theta, but this term is equal to 0. Then at the surface of the sphere, both the equations holds good. It is a boundary condition. The value should be same. Surface means r equal to a. So phi 1 at r equal to a equal to phi 2 at r equal to a. And when you substitute r equal to a in for the phi 1, what you get is minus E0 a cos theta plus C1 a raised to minus 2 cos theta. And phi 2 when r equal to a is a to a cos theta. Then here cos theta cancels. Then you divide by a throughout. So this a and this a cancel. When you divide it by a here, it will become a raised to minus 3. So minus E0 plus C1 a raised to minus 3 equal to a2. And C1 a raised to minus 3 equal to a2 plus E0. We call this as equation 1. Now let's find out a displacement vector, electric displacement vector d1. d1 means it is outside the dielectric in the vacuum. So in the vacuum, by regular definition, we have seen in the earlier section, means earlier lecture, in this chapter only, it is epsilon 0 E. So here d1, so E1, and since it is outside the sphere, d1 suffix 1 is outside the sphere, which is a vacuum, so it is epsilon 0, and this E1 equal to minus dou phi 1 by dou r, and then minus epsilon 0. So we differentiate this with respect to r. What you get is minus E naught cos theta. You can differentiate this and see minus 2 C1 r is to minus 3 cos theta. Now d2 is the electric displacement inside the dielectric. So inside the dielectric, the permittivity is epsilon. So and electric field is E2. Then E2 is minus dou phi 2 by dou r. So minus epsilon comes here, and when you differentiate this, you will get A2 cos theta. Then at the interface, the boundary conditions, this is the boundary condition, electric displacement vectors are continuous. So on the surface r equal to a, the d1 will be equal to d2. So for r equal to a, d1, when you put r equal to a here, what you get is this epsilon minus epsilon 0 is there, minus E naught cos theta minus 2 C1 a raised to minus 3 cos theta, and here what you get is minus epsilon A2 cos theta. There is no r there. So same quantity will come here. Then bring this minus E naught inside, you get this term, and then what is to be done is you divide by epsilon 0 throughout. So when you divide by epsilon 0 throughout, what you will get is here, and cos theta get cancelled. See, cos theta cancelled throughout. Divided by epsilon 0, you got E naught plus 2 C1 a raised to minus 3 equal to minus epsilon by epsilon 0 A2. And epsilon by epsilon 0 is nothing but K, dielectric constant. So therefore, we can write this as 2 C1 a raised to minus 3 is minus Ka2 minus E naught. Then we have this equation 1 and we have this equation 2. Divide 2 by 1. So 2 here. This numerator 2 C1 a raised to minus 3. Here on the right hand side, numerator minus Ka2 minus E naught. Divided by this left hand side C1 a raised to minus 3, and this is A2 plus E naught. We arrived at this equation. Now cancel this C1 a raised to minus 3 and A minus 3, and what remains there is 2, and this right hand side is written here. Then cross multiply, you get like this. Then you take this minus E naught on this side as plus E naught, 2A2, keep it on the other side minus 2 A naught, and when you simplify, what you will get is A2 equal to minus 3 E naught divided by K plus 2. Now this expression for A2 we had found in the previous slide, and this equation 2 we have found some 2 slides back. So now what we do here is that what we have found, the value of A2 in the previous slide, we substitute in the equation 2. So that is A2 is substituted here. Then simplify this, simplify it, open bracket, and you get like this. And then take the E naught common here, and then take a LCM, you will get this C1 equal to 1 by 2 a raised to minus 3, 3k minus k minus 2 divided by k plus 2 E naught. Then we had arrived at this equation. Simplify this. What do you get? 3k minus k is 2k. So k take outside. So k minus 1 here. And then this 2 and this 2 cancels. And a raised to minus 3 is taken up as a raised to 3 into this. And then just realign this term. We will get k minus 1 a raised to 3 E naught by k plus 2. That is C1. Now take this equation phi 2 r theta A2 r cos theta, then substitute the value of A2, you get this. So this is the potential inside the dielectric, and that is what we want to find out, potential inside the dielectric. Then to find out electric field inside the dielectric, so E2 is minus dou phi 2 by dou r. So differentiate this. So when you differentiate this partially with respect to r, so derivative of r becomes 1, and you get this 3 E naught by k plus 2 cos of theta, because that this minus and minus sign, it becomes plus here. So as a vector form, say as a vector form, this 3 by k plus 2, the E naught cos theta, okay. So in the direction of that angle theta, it is component E naught cos theta, so it is vector E naught here. So E2 equal to 3 divided by k plus 2 E naught.